Good morning. Welcome back to Morning Qi Gong with the Levy Tai Chi School and of course myself, Lao Shi Paul Nettles. It is Thursday, August the 13th, I think. I've already forgotten. Had not a rough start, but a little rocky start this morning trying to get the tripod set up properly. I had changed it yesterday for another project and didn't quite have it ready. But I come outside to a surprisingly nice little breeze out here. It's getting a little warmer, of course. Summer's coming back. It never left, but nice little breeze going. So if you hear the wind chimes, nice timing. As always, don't let it throw you. Don't let it become a thing you focus on. Let it be a nice part of the background, like whatever's behind me, the environment behind me. If the rabbit happens to come through or a car goes by, remember we're going to simply acknowledge the fact that there's something going on. There's a thought attached to that, and we're going to let it go. We're not going to engage with it. We're not going to cling to it or hang on to it in any kind of way. We're just going to say, oh, there's a wind chime. Okay, back to the form. Sorry, I thought I had an ant on me. A quick note about yesterday. I don't know that anybody was particularly worried, but I did want to clarify that I couldn't make it yesterday. My knee was bothering me. Happily, it wasn't from the form. I've told people in class, usually when we have our little safety talks, to be careful to not push too hard in the form. The form is not necessarily designed to be a physical workout, although it certainly is and can be with care used as such. I always warn people that I tore my meniscus doing draw bow shoot tiger by pushing way too far to my right, which of course that was also not a standalone instant. That came from years and years of neglect and abuse and use, not just that one piece of the form. I did want to clarify that my injury yesterday was not due to the form. I've mentioned before, of course, since COVID hit and the lockdown occurred and I left work, not being gainfully employed, I'm home, of course, 99% of the time, and I eat more, and my weight peaked out at 250 and a few ounces, far more than I've ever been, and it makes my back have a lot of problems because, of course, my stomach's pulling me forward, my weight's pulling me down, it's doing damage to the joints. So I embarked on a course of weight loss as well. So the Qi Gong I practice and the Tai Chi I practice is really more for my mind, my mental health. The Tai Chi kind of straddles the barrier there, straddles the line between mental and physical health, but it's still mainly a mental health thing and balance. For physical health, in this case for weight loss, I've been bicycling. I did that years ago and really enjoyed it and actually lost quite a bit of weight, and then foolishly quit when winter came and got it all back, and then of course the pandemic came and it got worse. I've been bicycling again, and I say all that to say this, that the bicycling is what does injury to my knee. Inflammation, not injury. I'm using the wrong word, really. I'm getting some inflammation under my kneecap. I think there's a tendon or something or a muscle that joins down there somewhere, and when I bicycle, it bothers that tendon. It gets inflamed. It hurts. So that when I come back to Qi Gong and do things like the Sao or Quanti Sits on Throne, where I'm lowering my center of mass onto my thighs and knees, that knee triggers and hurts, and the only way to stop the injury, to stop the pain, is to not bicycle and not exacerbate it, which is Qi Gong. So I haven't bicycled, didn't do it yesterday, didn't get on the exercise bicycle, didn't get on the real bicycle and go out, and of course been taking my meds like I should. Leave is a wonderful thing for us as we get older. And feeling pretty good this morning, so I am back with you. And I do want to assure you that Qi Gong will always come first. My physical health is my own concern, of course, but I can get similar results by further altering my diet, and not necessarily by having to add in a lot of physical exertion to increase or improve my weight loss system. So I'm not giving you guys up in favor of losing weight. I can lose weight without the bicycle and still be here and keep my knee intact a little while longer. I'm not looking forward to my first or my second knee replacement surgery. I'm sure they're in my future, and I'd like to put them as far away as possible. So, as always, if I'm a little wonky in the form, if you see me not as deep as usual, which I have not been pushing too hard, if you see me off balance a little bit, it's probably all that is my knee acting up a little bit. Nothing to worry about, and don't think that the form is going to cause injury. Unless you are being extremely irresponsible, or if you are, like I was so many years ago, pushing way too hard in the form, you're not going to cause yourself injury. You may cause yourself a little discomfort, especially at first. I mean, as your muscles and body get used to it. I remember when I first began the form, I had a lot of knee discomfort that went away as I strengthened. But unless you are really pushing, and you shouldn't be, injury is not a concern with the Qi Gong form. So put that out of your mind. This morning we're going to focus on the birds, the beautiful morning. We're going to acknowledge inputs like the bird, like the wind chimes as they come in, like the cicadas there. And we're going to say, okay, there's a thought, there's a bird, there's a cicada, there's a guy building a house. I'm going to put it aside. I'm going to focus on the form. I'm going to breathe deep. I'm going to relax. And I do want to say a very special hello this morning to Joan. Joan, y'all, I'm sure everyone who's been in the class at the museum knows Joan Ashby. Joan is an absolute card. And I spoke to her yesterday afternoon. It was very pleasant to talk to her again. I haven't talked to her for quite a while, unfortunately. And she said that her and Jennifer, good morning Jennifer, have been working out at Joan's place every morning, or most every morning, doing the form for 2 months now. And I told her quite truthfully that I am extraordinarily proud and very impressed that they have been doing so. And Joan's going to try Facebook and try to catch me on here, since the problems at YouTube have cropped up. And I'm really, really tickled. I'm really proud. I am really happy that both Joan and Jennifer, and other people, of course, have found something useful in this, have found something they need, and something that really pays benefits to them, and are using it as such. That makes me smile way down inside. So, Joan, thank you for that yesterday. I hope you continue for many, many years in excellent health. Jennifer, I'm tickled you're keeping Joan in line. That's a full-time job. Joan also mentioned they had the name of the sow right, but she thinks she's doing it wrong. So if she's watching, she can catch this one this morning and see the first one and get back on track. But as you said before, as long as you're moving slowly and breathing deeply, the form itself is somewhat secondary. The important thing is you're doing movement and breathing and being mindful. That's the tricks there. The postures are designed a certain way for a reason, but it's not the be-all, end-all. So, Joan, thank you for the call very, very much. That was marvelous to hear. And I hope you and Jennifer are watching, or get to watch later, and are having a beautiful day out at the lake, in the backyard. And thank you for the smile. I really, I needed that right now. It's been a tough go. So, Without further ado, to set Joan and Jennifer straight, let's do the first sow, shall we? Yawning, of course, is optional. Lifting the heavens. Breathe out. Owl gazes backwards. stars fall to earth. Breathe in. Lion wags tail. heavens and earth. Breathe in. He sits on top. Breathe in. Stamp the earth. Well done. Very good. Proud of you. Proud of you if you've done this for a day, a week, a month, months. Movement forward's movement forward. Keep that in mind. Don't forget that. When you've got to skip, you've got to skip. As long as you're moving forward. That's the thing. If you know Michael Brewer, your older brother in Tai Chi and Qi Gong, and the family, the Levy Tai Chi School family, Michael's having his surgery today. May already be in surgery for a torn meniscus, actually, of all things. If you would, keep him in your thoughts for a speedy recovery. I've been there. It's a very simple surgery. It's done arthroscopically with little tiny instruments and leaves almost no scar whatsoever. But the recovery is long and aggravating and difficult, and you feel like you won't get back to normal for a very long time, and it takes a while. So keep him in your thoughts. If you have his number or his contact, let him know you're thinking about him, and we wish him from the school a very speedy recovery and all the best from here forward, post-injury. Alright, keep moving forward. For me, for you, for your wife, your husband, your spouse, whoever it takes, keep moving forward. Tomorrow is Friday. Back here in the morning, 8 a.m. Central Standard Time, of course. And then Saturday we'll be at the museum again for the Red River, Rapides Regional Medical Center and AMOA Healthy at AMOA program, the morning Qigong at 10:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. I do realize that a lot of you probably don't feel comfortable yet in public, and I fully understand. It still makes me crazy to be in town with anybody, but the museum is a very safe, clean environment. We are, of course, masked and distanced. If you want to come to class, by all means do so. We'd love to see you. If you don't feel up to it, if you don't feel safe yet, I fully understand. That's why we'll do the live video as always, the live feed from there, 10:30 a.m. Central Standard Time if you're not local, or if you are local, We'll have the video as always. And remember, your input as to the extension of the programming at the Healthy at AMOA program is still needed. I haven't heard from anybody yet. If you have any thoughts, concerns, considerations, half-baked theories, let me know. I need this information so we can move forward together with something you want to do, something that will benefit you. This is about you, not me. So let me know what you think, whether you want to do Tai Chi, Qi Gong, harder, easier, completely different, lecture series, whatever you'd like, let me know, and we will move forward from there. All right. So until tomorrow morning, as always, I beg you, please stay safe and be well.